Good afternoon, my friends. Happy Thursday to all of you. So, friends, I have exciting news to share. Many Americans can expect to receive a fourth stimulus check this fall. There are also new details that have been released on these new stimulus payments. However, some lawmakers have proposed that these checks go out to a more targeted group of individuals. My friends, please make sure you watch until the end of this video to learn if you will be able to receive this financial aid. To say thank you, friends, for joining me here every day when I post a video. I'm giving away 4 $75 Walmart gift cards every week. Please make sure that you click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways.
For homeowners and our businesses, the largest investment in fighting climate, and a crackdown on tax cheats, wealthy tax cheats who rip off the American people for billions of dollars every year, and ensuring that corporations pay a fair share. I'm very proud to be able to say that the vast majority of this bill came from the Senate Finance Committee majority. Our team collectively spent thousands and thousands of hours developing these proposals, building support for them under zero margin for error, and guaranteeing that they could pass under the challenging Senate rules. Senate Democrats spent a full year debating what would go into the bill before it finally came together, but the dedicated staff at the Finance Committee began its work long before that. Several of the most important provisions of the bill go back more than a decade. So I want to spend a few minutes making sure that committee and personal office staff, as well as the incredible team at the Joint Committee on Tax, Congressional Budget Office, and Legislative Council, understand how much the Senate appreciates them. I'm going to shout out a few specifics to Senate staff, and I'd like to really describe how some of the most important issues actually got into the bill. Tiffany Smith, for example, leads the best and hardest working tax policy team in public life. In fact, she was instrumental in working with the President and the Senate and Senator Warren on working on their very important minimum tax with respect to corporations. The Clean Energy for America bill, which passed the Senate Finance Committee in the middle of 2021, made up 90% of the final climate package that we dealt with here in the Senate. It meant that for the first time in American history, we in effect set aside the tax code and say that for the future, the more you reduce carbon emissions, the bigger your tax savings. And none of it could have happened without a young staffer named Bobby Andres, who day after day for years reached out to every member of the Senate on both sides of the aisle, made himself available so that we could build a technology-neutral, science-driven, market-oriented approach that is going to make it possible for us to reduce carbon emissions significantly by the end of this decade. It simply doesn't happen without this dedicated young man, Bobby Andres. Chris Arneson, John Goldman, Sarah Schaefer were instrumental in going after the tax loopholes that allowed massive, profitable corporations to get away with paying little or nothing. Adam Carasso and Eric Lopresti helped to make sure the IRS had the resources to go after wealthy tax cheats who skip out on paying what they owe. Had a lot of debate around here about taxes. Working people, for example, in Maine, pay taxes with every single paycheck. That's not the way it works with the wealthy tax cheats. And Adam and Eric focused on policies that would allow.
Colorado Governor Jared Polis, along with leadership from the House and Senate, announced that residents of Colorado will receive a $400 stimulus check this year. The stimulus check is available to full-time Colorado residents who have filed their 2021 tax returns by May 31st. And according to a news release, About 3.1 million residents of Colorado are eligible for this rebate. Senate President Steve Fenberg told reporters Colorado residents are up against high rates of inflation and a rising cost of living. This year, we're able to extend much-needed support to families and individuals. In the form of direct relief to taxpayers, we're helping Coloradans make ends meet during this challenging time by putting money directly back into their wallets. The legislation, which is designed to help Colorado combat the rising costs of everyday necessities, will provide $400 for a single filer or $800 for joint filers. The state's strong economic rebound has led to record state surplus. This surplus will be returned to taxpayers in several ways. The first of these is a reduction in the income tax rate, a senior homestead exemption, the Colorado dividend, and a sales tax rebate for next year. Colorado state officials have also said refunding $400 or $800 now to every taxpayer in Colorado will immediately help workers and middle-class families who are feeling the rising costs of everyday items. People are working harder and harder to earn enough money to pay for what they need. We recognize this, and we are taking action by making our tax code more fair. The Colorado Cashback Program is the latest in a line of tax reform bills passed by the legislature and signed by Governor Polis in the last year. Governor Polis has recently stated, people are paying more for everyday items like gas, groceries, and rent through no fault of their own. Instead of the government sitting on money that Colorado residents earned, we want to give everyone cash back as quickly and easily as possible to provide immediate relief and empower people to do what they want with their money. This is great news for many of you who reside in Colorado. Please let me know in the comments section below if your state or city has sent or is sending out their own relief checks to its residents. Friends, the keyword for this video is Bonners Ferry, Idaho. If you would like to enter today's Walmart gift card giveaway, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below this keyword, which is Bonners Ferry, Idaho, and additional keywords of any video of mine that you watch. And do make sure, friends, that you are subscribed to my channel. After sinking every day for more than 3 months, U.S. gas prices edged a bit higher by a penny to $3.68 a gallon. According to AAA, that ends 98 consecutive days of falling pump prices, which is the second largest such streak on record going back to 2005. The last time the national average price for gasoline rose was June 14th, when it hit a record of $5.02. Prices fell every day since then, and today would have marked the 100th straight day of declines. The plunge in gas prices was driven by a series of factors, including stronger supply and weaker demand, as drivers balked at the high prices and the unprecedented releases of emergency oil by the White House. Another major factor that has been driving gas prices lower is the growing concerns of a global recession that could hurt demand for gas. Cheaper gas has been a major boost to the U.S. economy, easing inflationary pressure and giving Americans extra cash to spend. Since a typical U.S. household uses about 90 gallons of gas per month, the drop in gas prices saves those households about $120 a month from what they had been paying since a peak in June. A 1-cent rise in gas price is not a meaningful change for most drivers, and prices could slump again as global economic concerns still continue to grow. But if gas prices begin to rise, that could undermine the Biden administration and the Federal Reserve's efforts to keep inflation in check. Falling gas prices are the sole reason America's consumer prices have remained steady overall during the past few months, after rising sharply in 2021 and early part of this year. So friends, please let me know what your thoughts are on our U.S. economy. Please leave those thoughts in the comments section below. Well, my magnificent and marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this afternoon. Thank you, my dear friends, for joining me here every time I post a video. And I greatly appreciate all of you for doing so. And I'll be announcing a winner for the Walmart gift card giveaway in a video later today. So please remember to enter the keywords in the comment section below and do stay tuned for that video. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and blessed afternoon.
Allow us to ensure they pay their fair share. Drew Crouch contributed tax policy help on prescription drugs. Rachel Kaus put in extensive work in developing the billionaire income tax. The president, by the way, has a billionaire minimum income tax. Hasn't been enacted fully yet, but I think it's well understood that everybody in America has to pay their fair share. Grace Enda assisted on the clean energy tax policies and more. Ursula Klossing supported the tax team and made sure we were ready for the floor debate. Arthur Shemitz and Melanie Jonas also supported the tax team's hard work. One other point about the Finance Committee's majority tax team. If anybody out there mistakenly believes that it is easy to offset legislation passed in the Senate, the reason they might think that way is because our incredible tax team somehow made it look effortless. The truth is, it takes a ton of hard work. Patricio Gonzalez, a member of our investigative team, has been digging into the tax practices of some of the biggest drug companies. His work went a long way to convincing key senators that our corporate laws needed reform, our corporate tax laws. Ryder Tobin, another member of the investigations team, contributed to that work and made it possible for us to survive the grueling floor debate, as did Madison Moskowitz, Claire Caliban, and Bonnie Million. Healthcare. When it comes to drug prices, Big Pharma